So today's our topic will be performance tuning. Okay, so performance tuning. So in performance tuning. So in performance tuning, we have two types of tunings will be there. One is proactive tuning. Proactive tuning. One is reactive tuning. Reactive tuning. Okay, what is exactly called proactive tuning? Okay, proactive tuning means before performance is going to affect to the end users, we will be going to tune the database. Means right now my database condition is absolutely fine, no concerns from any end users. I want to keep the database performance same. Okay, to keep it the same, we have to do proactively, we have to run some jobs. That's called proactive tuning. To keep the database performance up to date, to keep the database to run smoothly, that's called proactive tuning. So reactive tuning means performance got affected, end user is not happy, end user is not happy with the database performance. Okay, performance already got affected, there was a performance issue is there. Now to fix that issue, to increase the performance, what we had to do, that's called reactive tuning. Okay, that's called reactive tuning. As a part of proactive means already proactive means all end users are happy and my database performance is good. To keep it alive, to keep it the same condition, we have to do some proactive jobs, we have to do it. So what is that proactive job? Let me tell you. Okay, so that in as a part of proactive tuning, proactive tuning, we have to keep on runs the stats, we have to keep on runs the statistics. What is statistics means? Okay, gathering the table information. Okay, for example, as a part of architecture, I have told you that whenever we are going to write the select statement on any table, first syntax check, then semantic check, then optimizer will check whether execution plan exists or not. If not, okay, then optimizer will generate the execution plan. If execution plan is not exist, then optimizer will generate the execution plan. So on what basis optimizer will generate the execution plan? Based on statistics. Based on the statistics, optimizer will be going to generate the execution plan. So as a core DBA, so what is our job as a core DBA? We have to get the information that which are the frequently accessed tables. Okay, for those tables we have to make sure that latest statistics exist in the database. Okay, so for that we have one PLSQL procedure is there, that is DBMS underscore stats. The procedure name is DBMS underscore stats. So this is a PLSQL procedure which is used to gather the statistics. We can gather the statistics on table, on table, or we can gather the statistics on schema, or we can gather the statistics on entire database. But in real time we will be going to perform the stats only on individual tables, but we have the option that table level we can gather the stats, schema level also we can gather the stats. But in real time we will be going to gather the stats only at table level, and sometimes we will be going to gather the stats at schema level also, means schema and table level. Apart from that we can gather the stats at the entire database level. Apart from that we can gather the statistics at the data dictionary level. Okay, but as of now, so in my overall experience I never had that we got the information to gather the statistics for the entire database, or entire database level, or entire data dictionary level, or index level statistics like that. So mostly we will be going to get the requirement to gather the stats, on which table we have to gather the stats. Okay, based on we have to decide which are the frequently accessed tables. Okay, so now let me show you how to gather the stats for table level and schema level. So based on the statistics, optimizer will generate execution plan. Execution plan. Okay, based on the execution plan, server process will be going to fetch the data from the disk. Now let me show you. So let me check the Scott schema status. Select username comma account underscore status plus from db underscore users where username is equals to Scott. So it is in open state. Let me connect to the Scott user. So select store from tab is a command to check list of tables. So overall here I have 1 2 3 4 5 tables and one view. For example, I want to gather the stats on emp table. So what is the command? So this is the command. So this is the command to gather the stats. So it's up to us. We can run it from the sys user or from normal user. Execute means to execute the PLSQL procedure. So this is the seeded PLSQL procedure, means at the time of database creation, automatically this package will get it created. So this is a PLSQL package. Okay, what is the purpose of this package? To gather the statistics. Execute is to execute the PLSQL package. Gather, what we have to gather? Stats. On what level we have to gather the stats? Table level. For which table? This is the table name. This table exists under which schema? This is the schema name. We have to give like this. So whether stats got gathered or not, for that we have this query. Here stats gathered on 7th July 2022, 21:01 means 9:1 p.m. Right now, as per my system time, it's a 9:1 p.m. So just now we have gathered the stats. So let me put the name here now, DPT. So it will be going to show you stats will be not going to there. In case if exists also, it will be old stats will be there. See here, 9th June 2022, but here see here, last month stats is there on which table? DPT. See here, 9th June. Okay, 23 means around 11 o'clock, 11:08 p.m. Stats exist for DPT table, but it will be very old stats will be there. Just now I have gathered for EMP tables. Here it is 7th July 2022, 9:1 p.m. means latest statistics will be there. Okay, like this we can able to check. Like this we can able to gather the stats. Now let me show you how to gather the stats for entire schema. So this is the level, this is the schema, this is the command to gather the statistics for entire schema. Here instead of table we have to put the we have to keep here schema. So the just schema name here. So gathering the schema stats means gather in terms, it will gather the all tables. Whatever the tables exist under that user will get it gathered. So index stats. Okay, so I will be not going to show this. Okay, because it doesn't it's not important commands. So in case if you want to delete the stats, if you in case If you want to delete the stats, this is the command. So just here, instead of gather, you have to keep here delete. That's all. Easy command. Okay. Now go and check. So stats on EMP table, it will be going to show no stats. Output will be, you will be going to get the blank. Blank means no stats. So here we have another option. So to speed up the select statements, what we will be going to do, we will be going to create the index. Sometimes what happen, we will get the requirement that, so we want for some time being, that index should not get used, but don't drop it. In such incidents, if we are such requirements, if we are going to use, optimizer should not consider that index for certain time or for time being. Then we have one good option is there, we can make it invisible, means that index will be exist, but it will be it will get it into the hidden mode. That's called invisible, making the index invisible. So most of the times we will be going to get this type of requirements. Okay, so how to make it index invisible, let me show you. So this is the command to check how many indexes do we have. So overall indexes. So then I will be going to check. So what is the status of the index, whether it is visible or not. By default, it will be visible. So how to make it invisible? So this is the command. So again, how to make it visible, I will be going to show you. Now just check here. Now it will be going to show you invisible. Invisible. How to make it visible again? Alter index, index name, visible. Now check here. So this is the another important thing. So in real time, as a DBA, as a part of health checks, every weekly once or 2 weeks once, what we are going to check, we are going to check the health of all indexes. For example, see here, index I have created on 1st Jan 2022. Now almost it was 7th month is going on. So we are not aware that how is the health of that index which I have created on 1st Jan. So as a DBA, we have to keep on checks the index health. So as the part of Oracle best practices, if you as a DBA, you have to always follow the best practices from the Oracle. So what Oracle is suggesting for the DBA is that, so on which column index is exist on the table. For example, column number 1 index is there. If inside that column, other in the table, in the, for example, let's take EMP table. On EMP table, on employee ID column, you have created index on 1st Jan. Okay, so if the table going to change more than 30% changes happen into the table, then instead of doing good, that index will make it bad. Means that index health is not good. If the health is not good, you can't expect the performance from the index. Instead of performance, it will decrease your performance. So how can we check that whether index health is fine or not? Okay, so this is the procedure. So first what you have to do, you have to run this PLSQL package. Analyze index name, validate structure. So what happened when we will be going to run this command? So the index health information, like it is like this. Okay, so when we if we having any health issues, we will consult to the doctor first. Before doctor is going to suggest the medicine, he will tell you to go through the blood testing, After that, by seeing the blood testing report, he will suggest you that medicine. So it is same here also. We will be going to follow. First we have to analyze index name, validate structure. So what happened, index health information will be gathered. It will be not going to publish us under some table. It will be get it published. Using that table we can able to check. Now see here, index analyzed. So what happened now, the information will be written into this table, index underscore stats. From there we can able to check. So without this command, if you run this command, it will show no rows selected. That means under this table nothing data is there. First you have to run this command, then only you should run this command. Okay, if the index height is showing 1, means index is absolutely fine. 2 means not good, not bad, still survive. You can survive few more days. Overall it is healthy only. Okay, but little bit weak. Okay, 3 or more than 3 means your index is not at all doing good. Okay, immediately what you have to do, you have to recreate that index on that column. Okay, that's called how to do it. Right now it is good. Okay, good. Okay, so still if you are going to get the output as 3 or more than 3, then you have to run this command, alter index name, rebuild online. So rebuild online means it, for example, let me tell you. Okay, select star from emp. For an example, pk underscore emp index exists on employee number column. So when did I have created this index on this column? On 1st January. So internally what happened, so for every value in this column, Oracle will assign, when you create an index, row id as a row id 1, row id 2, row id 3, row id 4, like that. So when more than 30% changes happen into this table, so index height will go beyond 3. Beyond 3 means your data, your index health is not good. So then what you have to do, you have to run this command. Okay, so already I have executed here. So after this command, so you just again do it, analyze. After analyze, just run this command. So it will, the height will come to, it will get it reduced and it will come to 1. 1 means that index recreated, means again row IDs got started from first column, in that column from first row, like this, again 1 2 3 4, like that. Okay, for example here, if more than 30% changes, means suppose here these 5 columns has been deleted. So row id 1 is there, 2 is there, for here it is 3. Ideally it should be 3 here because these all rows got deleted. But row id more than 30% changes means here row id will be like this, 1 2. Still here it will be, instead of, ideally it should come as 3 here, but still it will be pointing as 6 here. So when you recreate the index, means recreate the index, it will be like this, 1 2. So here these rows are not exist, this row directly exists. For this row id, earlier it was 7, for example, now it will get it changed as row id as a 3. Okay, so don't make it complicate. Okay, so whenever you want to check the index health, just run this command. Run this command. Which command? This, not the run this command. After running this command, run this select. If its output is 1 or 2, it's fine. If it's beyond 3, what you have to do, you have to run this command. After, means rebuild, means it will assign the row IDs from the first. For this column, it will reassign the row IDs. It will reassign the row IDs. After that, again run this analyze command, then select. It will show, it will obviously, it will be going to show you as 1. Okay, so this is the way how to check the index health. Okay, so apart from that, as I told you in the architecture, as a part of MRU, as a part of LRU. LRU means least recent use. If some object is loaded into the SGA and that object is not used for a long time, that object will become as a that object will become as a part of LRU, means least recent use. Once it become the part of LRU and there was no space to load the new objects into the SGA, okay, whatever assigned to the LRU will be flushed out from the SGA. So I don't want this object should be become the part of LRU, and it should never be flushed out from the memory. If you get this type of requirement, so you can pin it permanently. For permanently you can pin some objects into the shade pool. So what is the command? This is the command. For that, first you have to run this SQL script. After that, it will allow you to ping any object permanently into the shade pool. So let me connect to the sys. Here, grant succeed. So that from now onwards, any object I can pin it in SGA for permanently. So this is the method, this is the PLSQL procedure, and this is the PLSQL procedure name. For example, dbms underscore stats. I want this package should be always keep it in buffer cache in SGA. Then this is the command. So this object will be always keep it loaded into the SGA. So if you want to remove it from the if you want to unpin, then this is the command. So instead of keep, unkeep, that's all. And which package you need to mention here. So this is the 11G feature. We can able to shrink the temporary table space, because anyhow, actually first let me tell you, when did temporary table space come into the picture? When PGA means program or private global area. When PGA is not sufficient, for sorting and merging, then server process will load the table into the temporary table space. Under temporary table space, it perform the sorting and merging, then output will be handed over to the end user. Now whatever the tables get it loaded into the temporary table space, okay, that will be going to consume the space. That tables, there will be no use. Again, those tables can't be used by other users. Okay, if there was no space left in the temporary table space also, we can shrink their temporary table space. This feature was introduced by the Oracle in the version of 11.9. So whatever the table space size, temporary table space size, we can able to shrink it. So this is the command. So last here, this number, this figure you have to give based on your requirement. So this is a command to shrink the temporary table space. So how to check the invalid objects in the database? So in the upgradation time, so post running the cat upgrade.sql, I told you that cat upgrade.sql script, once post execution of cat upgrade.sql, lot of objects will become invalid. Okay, apart from that, when we keep on use the database, okay, automatically few objects will become invalid. Okay, so as a DBA, as a part of health checks, we have to keep on checks the invalids count in the database. If the count of the invalid objects suddenly get increased, okay, as a DBA, we have to get it decreased, okay, using the script called utlrp.sql, using a script called utlrp.sql. So how to check the invalid objects status, means count, overall count. This is the command. So right now I have only one invalid object. So which is that object? So this is the command, where status is equals here, just a minute. where status is equals to invalid. So here it will be showing one in real time. It will be going to show as 30, 40, up to 30, 40, 50. It was expected. Beyond, it should not go for more than 40 or 50. Depends on environment to environment. Okay. But you can't say like this. Okay. I will make it invalid always 0. No, some objects will be there. You have to ignore. Okay. So for example, if you join some client location, what is the invalid objects? Right now, no concerns. No one has reported any issue. Then check the invalid objects count. Okay, for example, 40 is there. So let it be. Okay, if it goes suddenly from 40 to 50, 60, 100, 500 like that, so immediately you have to run util-rp.sql. When that object got invalid, we can able to check and the object name from this command. See here. So right now, one synonym, okay, got invalid. On which date it got invalid? On 31st May 2022, it got invalid. So anyhow, it got created date as well as got invalid on the same date. Okay. So last DDL means when did we access that object last time? Last DDL. Okay. So like this, we can able to check. So how to compile? At the rate question mark slash rdbms slash admin slash utlrp.sql. So it will be going to run for 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Now hopefully that one object might have become the valid now. So it should show you 0 rows selected. Here 0 rows selected. Okay, that means no invalid objects. So apart from that, here I have mentioned you few important locations. Okay, go through it in your free time. So sometimes what happen if there is only one object has become invalid, so then why should we go for this script? Then you can compile it manually also. Alter package name compile. If in case instead of package that is the index, alter index name compile. Sometimes view will become the invalid. So alter view name compile. Okay, this is the commands. So let's recall to our architecture session. So at the time of architecture, so I told you that so we have one background process is there, mmon manageability monitor. M means MON, which stands for mmon. The abbreviation is manageability monitor. So while explaining you about background processors, I told you that the job of M1 is to gather to get the information of the load from the SGA, and it has to go and write into the sysocs table space. By default, it will be going to write for every 1 hour. For an example, I have started my database at 9 p.m. So it was 9:30. So after instance gets started, it will it starts capture. So how many sessions has been, how many users has been connected, which user is doing what exactly, which user is accessing which table, which user is performing which type of operation on the top of which table. Like this, it will be manageability monitor will keeps on capture. Okay, after exact 1 hour means 10 p.m. it will go and writes into the sysox table space. Under sysox table space, where exactly that manageability monitor will be going to write. So we have a tables under sysox table space. There are some thousands, billions of tables are there, which will be going to start with AWR like that. Okay, so those tables we are going to call AWR tables. AWR stands for automatic workload repository. Means by default, manageability monitor will captures the performance information from the SGA and will be going to write into the sysox table space for every 1 hour. Okay, that writing job is going to call it as a snapshot. For example, my database is running from last 5 hours, means I should have minimum 5 snapshots in my database. Means स्नैपशॉट का माना क्या है, परफॉर्मेंस का इंफॉर्मेशन गैदर करके मैनेजेबिलिटी मॉनिटर जाके अगर से सिसॉक्स टेबल स्पेस में दिखा बोले तो उसको टेक्निकली हम स्नैपशॉट बोलते हैं. सो एवरी 1 आवर को स्नैपशॉट बनता. वो स्नैपशॉट कौन बनाता? मैनेजेबिलिटी मॉनिटर बनाता. वो स्नैपशॉट बना रहा ना, उसके अंदर क्या रहता? परफॉर्मेंस डेटा रहता. परफॉर्मेंस डेटा मीन्स कौन सा यूजर कब से कनेक्टेड है, कौन सा यूजर क्या कर रहा, कौन सा यूजर आइडल है, कौन सा यूजर कौन सी टेबल को एक्सेस कर रहा, कौन सा यूजर कौन सा स्टेटमेंट रन कर रहा, सेलेक्ट रन कर रहा या डिलीट रन कर रहा या अपडेट रन कर रहा या क्या करा, ओके कौन सी टेबल पे करा, ये पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन कौन मैनेजेबिलिटी कैप्चर करके मैनेजेबिलिटी मॉनिटर और कहां पर लिखता? सिसॉक्स टेबल स्पेस में लिखता. उसको बोलते हैं स्नैपशॉट्स. So then what is the use of these snapshots? So with the help of snapshots, as a DBA, I can generate one report. With the help of those snapshots, what I can do, I can generate one report. So what is the report name? That for that report, technically we will be going to call it as AWR report. AWR report, which stands for Automatic Workload Repository Report. Automatic Workload Repository Report, AWR report. Okay, so in real time, so whenever you see some performance issue in your database, okay, and for example you have some concern with your database and you have raised the product support SR, means some SR you have raised with the product support. Means product support means in short we used to call as PS means PS means product support. Product support means who to vendor means Oracle organization. So we will be going to raise the SR by saying that so and so issue I have in the database. Do you know what is the first they will be going to ask you? Please generate the AWR report and give us. We will analyze it and we will let you know. So what happened exactly? Why did you encountered with such issue? We will let you know. Before that, you just give us the AWR report. They will ask you. Okay. So how exactly as a DB I will generate the AWR report? With the help of snapshots. So snapshots is going to create by manageability monitor. So on what on how long, on what frequency it will get it create? So on every hour basis. Okay, so based on your requirement you can increase this time or you can decrease. By default, manageability monitor will be capturing the snapshot for every 1 hour. With the help of those snapshots, as a DBA I will be going to generate the AWR reports to analyze the database performance. Okay, so AWR report के अंदर इतना डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन हमको मिल जाएगा कि कितने यूजर्स कनेक्टेड थे, कौन से टाइम, फॉर एग्जांपल 9 PM से 10 PM तक कितने यूजर्स कनेक्टेड थे, कौन सा यूजर क्या कर रहा था एग्जैक्टली डेटाबेस के अंदर, हर एक चीज मिल जाता वो AWR रिपोर्ट के अंदर. लेकिन उसके लिए AWR रिपोर्ट बनाने के लिए स्नैपशॉट्स चाहिए. स्नैपशॉट्स कौन बनाता? मैनेजेबिलिटी मॉनिटर बनाता. ओके, सो हाउ एग्जैक्टली वी जनरेट द AWR report, I will show you now. So for that we have one SQL script will be there to generate the AWR report. So what is that report? This is the SQL script. Let me go and execute this script now. So before that, let me check whether how many snapshots do I have. So this is a command to check the snapshots. Overall, how many snapshots I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Overall 11 snapshots are there. Okay. So let me generate. So manually also we can able to generate. Okay, but there will be no use. Manually we never used to generate in real time. So we have the package. Just I will be showing you. Okay. Means I will be invoking, means I will be instructing to the M1, means for manageability monitor. Don't wait for hour, just whatever you have captured, just go and write it. Now let me generate the AWR report at the rate !@dbms/admin/AWR-rpt.sql. So when we will be going to run this report, it will be going to ask you few questions. You have to answer for those questions. Enter the value for report type, means you want you want report in which format. So overall we have two formats. One is HTML format and another is text format. So it will be asking us which format do you want. So you have to give here HTML or text. If you hit the enter, it will go for default. Default is HTML. So how many days snapshot you want, it should list it. Okay, enter means n means all snapshots it will be going to list. Otherwise, one means only 1 day snapshots it will be list. 2 means only 2 days snapshot it will be list. 5 means only 5 days snapshot it will list. So overall all snapshots it should visible, it should display me. Then hit enter. So these are the all overall snapshots exist in my database. If there is a gap between two snapshots, that means instance got bounce in between the duration. Okay. For example, here my instance got bounce. To generate AWR report, we require two snapshots. For example, using these two snapshots, I can generate the AWR report. Using these two, I can generate the AWR report. But using these two, I can't generate because here gap is there. Gap is there means instance got bounce. Okay. In that case, using these two, I can't able to generate the AWR report. Okay. Using these two also, I can't generate because instance got bounced here. Okay, so using these two I can generate. Using these two I can generate AWR report. Using these two I can generate, but using these two I can't generate because here instance got bounced here, like that. For example, enter the value for begin snap, for example 60, end snap for example 63. For example, when did this 60 snapshot created? For example 9 a, for example 7 p.m. Let's think like this. It is created at actually just now by giving the external command I have created this snapshot. Just for example purpose, think that it got generated here 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. For example, if you use these two snapshots from 7 to 10, what happened in your database? Clearly, it will generate the report and it will give you. So report name, it's up to you. You can give any name for that report. Otherwise, if you just hit the enter, it will generate with this name. Okay, just hit the enter. To analyze that report, you required lot of experience. In initial days, you can't analyze anything in AWR report. You can able to generate, but you can't analyze that report. So for that, you required lot of experience. So to analyze that AWR report, you need 10 years, 15 years experience, real-time genuine experience. Firefox, just give that name. Okay, before that, let me give here Exhaust Plus. Enter. So AWR report is opening. So what is my database name? Prod. What is my database ID? Instance name. So how many instances do you have? So when did I have started my instance? So what is my database release? Whether it's a rack database or non-rack database. For this machine, how much RAM I have assigned? Okay, how many sockets do we have? How many processes I have assigned for this database? Database means for this Linux machine. Which operating system I will be using? What is the operating system name? So to generate this report, what are the two snapshot IDs I have used? So between these two snapshot overall time duration, so it was elapsed time means 31 minutes time difference is there. From 31 minutes, I think my database is running. So between these two snapshots, time interval is 1.26 minutes interval is there. Means, so what happened in between these two, in this minute, in between these two interval, it will be going to give you here detailed report here. Okay, so what is your right now your for SG for your buffer cache, how much size has been assigned? Okay, for your shared pool, how much size has been assigned? For your means buffer cache, this is for buffer cache, this is redo buffer. Log buffer means redo buffer. So detailed information will be there here. Lot of information will be there in this report here. So almost this report will be 30 to 50 pages long report will be there. Okay, so I won't be as of now I won't go into that depth here. Okay, because to interpret this AWR report we require a lot of knowledge is required. Okay, so how to generate, I will be going to show you. What is the use of that report, I will be going to, I have explained you. Okay, so apart from this AWR report, so we have few more reports are there in our database. So AWR compare report, compare report. We are AWR compare report is there. This is just general AWR report. Okay. So vendor means product support people's always use AWR, will always ask you AWR reports only. So these are the my analyze. These are the my findings. I learned some new things in the real time. So whatever I have learned, I have mentioned here. But this is not at all more important. AWR report is more very important. But here it doesn't have more importance. But still I have learned something. So I want to show you. So compare period report means here what will be going to happen using two snapshot, one AWR report, using another two snapshots, one more AWR report. So that two reports itself it will analyze, and wherever it gets the difference it will give you the difference. Okay, for examples here my leg got fractured, for example. Okay, one patient's leg got fractured, what doctor will do? Okay, he will get it x-ray, then he will treat, he will give the treatment. After he will suggest some bed rest. After that, okay, again he will check the, he will take the new x-ray. Then if everything is absolutely fine, then he will compare the present x-ray report with previous one. So always he will ask you to bring the previous one. So the reason is for comparison. for comparison. Okay, so how importance is there for old report also. So like that we can ask this script that you just compare the differences and give me the, you just compare the difference between those two snapshots, between those two AWR reports, and give and point out the differences. So you just we have to run like this. So very rare cases we are going to use this. Okay, so it's like na ke barabar. AWR ddrpt.sql reported HTML number of days n, for example 60 begin snap 60, for example end snap 61. For example, this snapshot got generated, think that 7 o'clock, this got generated at 8 o'clock. Okay, now again 9 o'clock snapshot, then 10 o'clock snapshot. Okay, that means using these two snapshot, one report, using these two snapshot, one report, then what are the difference between those two reports? For example, on which scenario we have to use this script? Why do we generate this compare period report? When do we use this script? Means, for example, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. my database is absolutely fine. From 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. lot of users has saying that we have faced the performance issue. After 9 again it was absolutely fine. Then what I can do, then I can execute this script. 7 to 8 performance is good, it will generate one report. 8 to 9, okay, performance is very bad, it will generate another report. It will do the comparison, what happened, due to which your performance got affected. It will point out that it will find out that differences, and it will give you. For that we will be going to use this AWR ddrpt.sql script. Report type, now let's open this report. So it will see a workload repository compare period report. Okay. So here it will be just giving the comparison. Instead of comparison, just give tell me the suggestion. For that you have another report. Here just comparison it will be doing. Okay, apart from comparison, if you want suggestion also, okay, 8 to 9, 7 to 8 very good. Okay, performance is very good. 8 to 9 performance is very bad. Okay, after 9 p.m. again performance is very good. Okay, you just what do, with the help of 8 to 9 one report, 9 to 10 one report. Okay, 7 to 8 one AWR report. Okay, 7 to 8, 8 to 9 another AWR report, and check the different and give me the solution, give me the suggestion. Okay, I don't want compare. Compare period report is not required, give me the suggestion. Okay, for that we have another report, another SQL we have to run. So what is that, let me show you. Instead of compare, give me the difference, what happened exactly, why it happened. Let me give how can I able to fix it. So what should I do to fix that one. For that we have another script is there, that is called ADDM, which stands for Automatic Database Diagnostic Monitor Advice Report. It's called advice report. So let me show you. For example, 60, 61 report name. So it generated into the text format. Let's open it through VI. There are no findings to report because nothing happened, no performance issue is there. That's the reason I got here. If really performance issue is there, then here it will give the findings, what happened, due to which activity or performance got impacted. So clearly it will show you. So here, see here, so no one is accessing my database here apart from me. Okay, so there will be no, I can't say that performance issue. Okay, actually performance issues will be going to happen only in real time, because lot of load will be there, lot of end users will be there. Each and every end user will be using database in a different ways, means some users running select, update, delete, blah blah blah, like that. Okay, so only performance issues we can able to see in the real time. Here we can just discuss the solutions, how we can identify. Okay, so here you can't apply those solutions. Okay, because here we will be not going to have any performance issues here, because no, except me no one is accessing. So here we have some SQL. Here I can have some package. By default, snapshot will be going to generate for every 1 hour. If you want to increase this interval or decrease this interval, so for that we have one PLSQL procedure is there. Okay, so that's enough for today. So tomorrow we will be going to continue our session. Okay.